I believe in all of life, you have to keep evolving. In fact, in my book, Man Up, I talk about the concept of never peak, the best is yet to come, right? Like I realized early on in life that people who peak in college or high school or in their 30s, and then it's all downhill from there. What a sad, pathetic life, right? And I share that with you guys because I'm always going to be learning new things, evolving my businesses, experiencing new things in the world by traveling the world with my family. And my goal is, as I get to a ripe old age of 100 years old, I might be learning a new language on Rosetta Stone as I take my last breath and die. Like, I don't want to peak. I always want to know the best is yet to come. In fact, always find new reasons, new seasons to excel at something new, man. This is why I do those 6-week challenges, right? See how awesome life is when you do something that you have created this limiting belief factor on. You've created this block like, oh, I can't do that in 6 weeks. I'm telling you, you can. I'm telling you, you can. The whole idea there is to never peak. The best is yet to come. So I suppose we should add fucking number 6 to that. Never peak. The best is yet to come. So there you go. It's not 5 things. It's 6 things now on this episode of shit I knew sooner. If you're like in your 40s, 50s, 60s, you might be like, well, this isn't for me then because I'm not in my 20s. This is not just for 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, or even teens. This is for anybody because undoubtedly, you're going to take away a bullet point from here. So, shit that I wish I knew sooner. Let's get started. Thing number 1 is this quote that I said for a long time is how you do anything is how you do everything. Look, I was lazy in my teens and 20s. I let my body go. I was fat. I was always like 30, 40 pounds overweight, especially in my teens, earlier teens, right? And then once I became a personal trainer in my early 20s, I got in shape. And as you start valuing your body and you keep your body fit and athletic, you start taking care of other things in your life. All of a sudden, I started to care more about my car. And hey, let me get that dent fixed. Hey, let me wash my car more frequently. Hey, let me throw out the garbage that I have in my car that it's been accumulating. So truly, how you do anything is how you do everything in life. And I know you know this, but if you are ignoring this, because if you've got a messy room, a messy car, a messy body, a messy mindset, you probably have a messy bank account and a messy marriage and messy core values, because truly how you do anything is how you do everything. So remember that and just become congruent with your conscience across the board, and you will not be that person anxiously living through life, wondering why anxiety and depression is this common theme in your life. So how you do anything is how you do everything. Number 2, understand that circumstance does not change responsibility. And this is a quote that I got from Big Doug. Doug did whatever it took in Carnation Cafe, Disneyland, when I worked there. And I had so much love and respect for that guy because he would still chastise us for things that we fucked up on, but he would also flip his tie over his shoulder and get into the shit with us and get us out of that. One thing Doug told me one time when I showed up late to work and I gave him an excuse, and he just put his hand up, like just stop me from talking. And I stopped because I have so much respect for that guy. And I looked at him and he goes, hey, circumstance does not change responsibility. And I was like, holy fuck. He's right. Circumstance does not change your responsibility. So how often do you use excuses? If you've got responsibility, your circumstances do not change that. You do whatever you've got to do regardless of how you feel and what your energy level is at. So that was a really great lesson, but Big Doug. The third thing I want to share with you, shit that I wish I knew sooner in life, is that nothing is fatal or final other than death. Man, when I was younger, I used to think that, if I screw up here, it's going to be embarrassing. If I mess this up, this will be the end. I might end up homeless. And if I don't get this right, it's going to ruin my reputation. And I would always hold back on what I needed to do in life because I was so afraid to go all in, because I always labeled things as fatal and final. When in reality, nothing is fatal or final except death. You can't come back from death. You can come back from broke. You can come back from making a stupid decision. You can come back from messing up your reputation. You can come back from anything. So with that said, if there's something you want to do, there's an experience you want to have, there's something you want to try, there's a business you want to launch, there's a girl you want to ask, there's a thing you just got to do. Like, do it. Do it. And if you fall flat on your face, your reputation is fucked up, you're embarrassed, you go broke, you're living out of your car for a period of time, who cares? That is the human experience, don't you see? Imagine what a hell of a ride you will have had when you're on your deathbed thinking back about the time that you tried that one thing and then it completely went to shit and you somehow ended up living in your car, but came back from that and lived a decent life. And what a story to tell. So understand that nothing is fatal and final. So go out there and live life, experience things, put the e-brake down on life and fucking go full throttle, all in, zero compromise. So the fourth thing I want to share with you guys is success loves speed. Listen, if you want any kind of success in life, financial success, relational success, fitness success, mindset success, success loves speed, but planning does nothing. You must take imperfect action. So many of you are out there trying to plan the perfect outcome. Over planning is procrastinating. And if you are procrastinating, you are literally telling success that I don't want you, that I repel you, that I despise you. And guess what success does? It evades and eludes you. Success loves speed. Lean into it, motherfuckers. And then finally understand that happiness is an inside job. I wish I knew this sooner. I thought that there was something out there that's going to make me happy. Once I get that raise, once I have that role, once I get that chick, once I have that car, once I have that house, and I started to realize that happiness is an inside job. Because if you think some outside external circumstance, like your lady's going to make you happy, your job's going to make you happy, when your business does $1 million a year, it's going to make you happy. Guess what? At 10 million, it didn't make me any happier. 100 million, it didn't make me any happier, because happiness is from within. Happiness is being congruent with your conscience, and your conscience knows what you need to do to have peace of mind, to have bliss, to have joy, to be happy. You're just avoiding it because you want to just social media suck one more time. You want to smoke that joint one more time. You want to hit that vape pen one more time. You want to stay up late and binge watch TV one more time. Each time you avoid the things that you know will make you happy, like having a morning routine that will set you up to win, is a source to happiness. But each time you avoid it, you create anxiety, stress, depression for yourself. So understand that happiness is an inside job, and there is no outside element that's ever going to bring in a level of happiness once you hit a threshold. That doesn't exist. And once you know that, you will always focus on conscience congruency.